in the print version of the news magazine, I promised people a little digital exclusive. So I wanted some more content with Pastor Stephanie. So I'm glad that she can be with us today and just give us a little more insight into what she is looking forward to and joining us in just a few short weeks now, really. Yeah. First of all, thank you for your answers to my kind of random questions, but I do appreciate those. So is there anything that you'd like to share as an update to that? Because that was probably a month or 6 weeks ago when I asked you to answer those questions. So yeah, just a little update would be awesome if we could get that.
Sure. Well, my family and I are excited to be coming to St. Cloud. We closed on a house on March 1st, and we've been very slowly moving things in. It's taking a little bit of time, but this way we can put everything away where we want it, get things placed, and so that's been nice. We found out that we're going to be having another baby in November, which was a huge surprise to us. So that's going to make life really interesting. And yeah, we're looking forward to be part of the community. I'm looking forward to getting started at Bethlehem. It's going to be a big change for what I'm used to, but I'm okay with that. I'm good with change. And I'm excited to get to know everyone. You're going to have to be patient with me. I'm not the greatest with names, and especially right now, pregnancy brain is a real thing. So if I have to ask your name more than once, I apologize, but just bear with me.
Yeah, we're going to try and really push name tags so we can help you out a little bit with people wearing name tags and sharing their name. So hopefully that'll help a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good with name tags.
Yeah. So the housing market's been really crazy lately. Did you guys experience that? Was it difficult to find a house or?
So when I came for my in-person interview, we drove around St. Cloud and we looked at houses. We went and we actually toured one of them and then just drove around and looked at other houses. And the funny story about the one that we bought is we had gotten about 15 miles out of St. Cloud on our way back home and got an app from our realtor. And I was looking through the app and all of a sudden I looked at my husband and I was like, we have to turn around. And he was like, are you serious? I said, no, we have to turn around and we have to go look at this house. And we were literally just driving by it, but that was the house that we ended up buying.
Oh, wow.
And we had gone and toured, I think, 4 other houses that day, the day that we went and actually toured this one. And they were okay, but it just wasn't us. And we walked into this one and immediately I said, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the right one. And so we put an offer in that night and then closed on it a couple months later. Wow. It's really great. We were lucky. We were really blessed with that.
You got just ahead enough in the market, I think, that you didn't have 3 or 4 competing offers. And
yeah, well, there was one other offer on the table. So for anyone that's buying a house, writing a letter actually does do something.
Oh, wow. Yeah, very cool advice. Can you talk a little bit more about your National Guard experience and what you do with them and you've been on one deployment and what was that like, especially being a mom with kids at home? That sounds really difficult.
Yes, it was. It's not an experience I care to repeat ever again, if at all possible. So I'm currently the family life chaplain for the Minnesota Army National Guard. And basically what I do is I take care of the chaplains. I help train the chaplains. I have more specialized things that I do. So I do a lot with suicide intervention and prevention training. I do a lot with our Strong Bonds program. So our Strong Bonds program is like our marriage retreats and our retreats for individual soldiers and things of that sort. So I help coordinate with that and make sure that we're doing those and make sure that people are trained in the curriculum that we're treating or that we're teaching. And so I do a lot of that. I love it. I really love the job that I'm doing right now. It's different than being like a battalion chaplain, which I was on the deployment, where with that I was the chaplain for 700 plus soldiers. And so I did a lot of counseling, a lot of religious services, things of that sort. With my deployment, I did get to do a bit of traveling, which was nice, and see some other countries, visit our soldiers that were not at Camp Arif John, Kuwait. But, you know, there are good things that came out of that, but again, not necessarily something I'd care to experience ever again.
So that your new position as the family life chaplain, that's kind of a statewide thing, and you work with lots of different units. And
yeah, so I'm with division headquarters. So the 34th ID Division headquarters is where I am located out of. And so I drill, the main place is Arden Hills, but we do a lot of things at Camp Ripley right now too. And I travel to where the other chaplains are too. So one of the things that I'm going to be starting to do is going and visiting them at their places of employment and on their drill weekends. So it'll just be a little bit of travel, but not anything terrible, because most of the people live within a driving distance of St. Cloud.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. So is there anything else? So how do you envision getting to know people? Do you have any ideas on how that's going to look in a COVID world, especially? It's going to be a real challenge, I suppose, but yeah, do you have any ideas yet?
My guess is going to be mostly small groups at first. Honestly, that's how I got to know people at my current call too. When I first started, is we did these things called cottage meetings. And so there were about 8 to 10 people at each meeting, and they talked about what their vision for the church was and different goals and things like that they had, things that they wanted to see accomplished. And that was really helpful. And so at Bethlehem, I would envision getting to know the small groups and getting to know the different committees, and then trying to chat with as many people as I can after church.
Yep. Yeah. Great. Hopefully we can return to a more normal sense where we can have some of those coffee hour kind of visits again eventually.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that return of that. Yeah. Is there anything else that I forgot to ask, or you think people might want to know about you that we haven't already shared in the few times that we've done this kind of thing?
You know, I'm always willing to learn new things, and I'm always willing to hear people's stories. So I'm looking forward to getting to know people in a group basis, on an individual basis. And I think we'll be able to do really awesome things together.
Great. Awesome. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. I appreciate your time, Stephanie. Looking forward to having you in the office starting in June. So
It'll be great.
it'll be awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you.